Retro Car Guy 530 LLC presents the Chevrolet SSR Tech Session discussions that took place in San Jose, California on Saturday, August 25th, 2018. The main presenter for this Tech Session discussion was Dick Belleville, also known as Dictator on the SSRfanatic.com website. All opinions expressed in this video are made by the person that makes them, and they are not necessarily the opinions of Retro Car Guy 530 LLC. In this video's description below the video, you'll find that there are links to the various topics within this video, and there will also be a link to Dick Belleville's Microsoft OneDrive Chevy SSR Tech Library, a wealth of information that you should check out if you're an SSR owner. You are advised to review all documentation supplied with any part obtained for your vehicle. Make sure you clearly understand the installation instructions and follow them carefully. Please review the automotive information, repair, and modification guidelines on this screen. Seek the advice of a repair professional if you're unsure how to perform any repair or modification safely and correctly. All repairs and modifications are performed at your own risk.
Go ahead. Listen, if this cable, you got a Y cable. Go ahead, Lance. You got a Y cable. You went a little fast. Go down. Yeah. You get corrosion in here. Remember we talked about the ignition switch must see 9 volts. Well, 9 from 12 is only 3, guys, and you got these kind of conditions. Not only are you not necessarily getting the right current, your alternator is not charging your battery correctly. And these are a Y in there. We had this truck from Miami for 6 weeks. We worked on it for 3 weeks. Then we took it down to Dimmitt Chevrolet where we were working with Sean down there. And here's the other one on the front. And he went to General Motors technical people. The first one he got, he said, no, I was only 10 years old when he got it. I said, I don't know. He did. He said, I don't know anything about the SSR. So they finally found somebody that knew something about the SSR, and they said, we don't know how to help you. Go ahead, Lance, to the next one. Stop right there. That's that same one you were looking at on the body. So we got Miami Vice is his site name. So we're working with him. And what he did is we put new hydraulic cylinders in his roof, and then Zig had it down to his shop to check the pump or whatever, and he said, it's going crazy, it won't start, it'll run, and it won't run. I don't know what's going on. The roof will work and then it won't work, and then it burns out a roof door module because it's not getting the right voltage, because multiplex wiring faults too. Ground completes the circuit. If you're not getting the right signal, you're not going to get the right results. So we had it down to Sean down at Dimmitt Chevrolet, and he said, I just don't have any idea what it is. And he calls me the next morning, he said, I found it. I said, you did? Yeah, come on down. Fortunately, I only a mile and a half from Dimmitt Chevrolet. So I go down, and Sean said, I went out this morning to start the SSR, and the clock said 12 o'clock. I said, you lost power. Yes. Because if you lose power, when you put it back on, the clock goes 12 o'clock. So he said, I put it up on the lift, I looked underneath behind the rear tire, and I took a picture. The cable is glowing in the dark. And a battery cable glowing in the dark is not a good idea.
It's a night light. It's a night light. Yeah. Oh.
So
That's Florida right there.
Yeah.
Yes, and somebody said, do you live like near the ocean? What part of Miami Vice you don't understand? You know.
What
You
part
know-
of Florida is exactly?
You know, you've said that before. When you think about it, I live almost an hour from the ocean. But if you go to Google Earth
Yeah,
and draw a line from my house to the beach,
yep,
25 miles.
yeah.
Now I'm in the same territory that you're in.
Well, you know, I know, I put it on there, I change my battery every 4 or 5 years,
Yeah.
and the battery cable, same way I do my underwear, you know? But,
Hey, you don't put them
You got-
inside out?
well, I did that,
For the first
2.5
24.
but you can see the condition this is the condition of the cable in there. See, you got one that goes to the frame, and you got one that goes to the body. Okay, and here I am checking them. Check them, make sure they're tight. Just like you do with the fuse box, you know, it's been sitting there.
Well, I have a question about that. Lance, can you go back to one of those early pictures where you could see the yellow car? It was the two, connections, the frame,
Oh.
right there.
Yeah, mixing the two of them.
So I changed, I installed spare tire kit for somebody.
For myself.
And I left the two nuts loose because I wanted, those wires are fairly stiff. I don't know whether they're 4 gauge or 3 or whatever, they're stiff. Yeah. So I wanted to leave myself the ability to swing them around, and I forgot to tighten actually both. So we went back, Lance went back the next day, I called him, and he tightened the frame ground.
Because I could reach that one.
But a month ago, he came down to the house, and we took the battery box back off, and the frame one, the body one, was loose. So my question, here comes my question finally. The frame one was tight, the body one was loose.
That's it.
What could happen?
I don't know. I mean,
The body grounds will find
If
another
it's-
path,
if-
but it may not be as good of a path to
But
get
you
back
still
to the
need that
battery.
ground
It's
because of the
under tension.
multiplex, the wire that's used.
You're probably good.
well, if it's loose,
Because you
if you're
still-
loose, you're playing Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of
You
things
owe-
could
you
go
owe
wrong.
him a new
Even though the one
SSR.
on the frame was good and snug,
Yes.
Well,
The answer is a lot of things could go wrong.
well, the problem with your grounds behind your seats underneath the carpet, there's like 5 or 6 grounds under there onto the body, not the frame, the body. So you've
And-
got
They're all
grounds
connected.
all over the stupid place. Go to grounds on there. Let me show you the grounds.
And the
you know-
body is most of the bolts that bolt the body to the frame
Insulated.
are isolated
Yeah, insulated kind of
by
foam.
rubber.
rubber, yeah.
Right.
Except for the bolt that
So-
goes through, which may or may not
That ground
be connecting.
on the body is the only thing that gets you back.
You only got a few grounds, guys.
Yeah.
That's all you got.
Only 16.
16.
That's because it's an 05, 06.
Right.
They got more grounds in the 03, 04 because we got a shade tree truck.
But the whole thing is too, is a lot of those grounds going to the body. That makes it really important for your main grounds going to the frame that feeds the body. So
That's right.
it can cause all
Otherwise-
kinds of problems.
Otherwise, those grounds are finding their way back to the chassis ground
Alternate
Right.
path, yeah.
through something else.
And it could be through another
As
electronic
a-
device.
Right.
As a matter of
Not feeding.
fact, just for a point of interest, is
Yeah, sorry, Lance.
You only put 3,000 miles on it like that.
your ABS, when the light comes on the ABS for the EBC on the upper half of the ABS control system, they tell you, GM tells you the first thing you want to do is go to your ECM ground. Now the ECM ground is 304. Go down. I got some more pictures. Whoop.
That was 101.
Well, that's all right. I wanted to show you where the ECM ground is.
Oh.
And I wanted a picture that shows that. Whoop. This one, it goes to your cluster. It's on the firewall. And You can have your stepper motors and lights and stuff in the previous ground. Not likely, because the stepper motors are junk. But anyway, see if it shows. I think I've got a picture of it. Ah, thank you. See this one? This is in between, in front of your engine. In front of your engine, driver's side, in front of the radiator. You've got a ground down there on the frame cross member that goes across. That's your ground for your ECM, your main computer for everything. So make sure you check that, make sure it's tight, because it's very important. They say the ABS is tied to this, and I'm going to go back to the ABS lamps. You can go, no, go ahead down and see if there's any more. But you can see the grounds that you got to deal with, guys.
Well, when you say check it, what do you mean?
Make sure it's
Make
tight.
sure it's
Make
tight.
sure it's tight.
That's all, you don't have to take it off and,
Well, it's your decision. I can't see what condition it's in. If you think it warrants taking it off, cleaning the frame and redoing it, I would do it.
And I use something called,
still,
no, ground shield. Or not
See,
ground
this
shield,
is
copper
inside on
shield.
your body.
KOPRSHLV, I think.
Right below the rear fuse box, when you take the door off. Okay, go ahead, Lance.
It's a,
Are the
it's a
seats
copper impregnated
grounded?
Huh?
Are the seats grounded?
And we just dug this.
Not the seat per se, the harness.
Good.
you use it the same way.
Everything is the harness. There'll be i.e. a pigtail that'll come out of
The
the.
harness and plugs
You
into
know,
it.
you got a big harness and you got a pigtail out and pigtail out, and they all go.
Well, I'm putting one of the electric mouse killer things in there, but I'm hooking it up to
But you
the
have a
seat.
lifetime supply of springs. in
So
there.
that should the alarm go off, the seats become electrified.
Really?
So much as people wanted to try to steal the truck.
Okay, go back to ABS. I want to show you the other one you want to check for your ABS before you pull that sucker out, because it's the first one. No. Cancel this one and go back.
Out of this one completely?
Yes,
Yeah.
please. First one is ABS. Now this is the EBCM. This is the one that fits Chevy, Ford, Isuzu. It's all kinds of vehicles. It's a Kelty Hayes 325. Go ahead. Whoop. Frame ground. It's front door, driver's door, right in front of the front tire. There's this brace that comes out, and this wire is the ground for your ABS module. Check that. This happens to be done on my truck. Mine's been done this way, and whoever, I forget what I was in New England at the time, and they had some spray that they sprayed over it.
Yeah.
That'll protect it and keep it. The bed light fix, yeah.
Yeah, cause I know you.
Red light fix.
Yeah, we found that,
Fuse box.
we found that.
There. 40.
Yeah, there we go.
You want to take
So
that one
only
out
has
and
those
put
3
two in?
screws.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 3 screws in this, and I'm just suggesting to make sure it's tight. Now, I don't mean 60
Tighten it,
pounds,
no,
but, you know,
right.
make sure it's tight. Because it,
Snug it up.
like the other one that draws up the back ones.
Yeah.
They took this fuse 40 and they put a 10 amp fuse. This is an 0506. An 0304, they were a lot smarter. They put a 15 amp in. So anyway, it runs the bed light, your sun visors, and your courtesy lights. And that's all it runs.
Now, my
How
friends,
in hell is a short on the 3 amp bulb going to blow a 10 amp fuse?
And the wire is sized for the 3 amp bulb.
Yes.
So
If
the
you
wire's
go
gonna
back,
burn up before the fuse.
go back,
Yeah,
Lance.
the wire is the fuse.
Yeah.
Where the wire is.
Fusible link.
Oh, right here. Okay, you got basically a white and black power in, power out, but then you got a third wire that's yellow, supposed to be, and that sucker's on all the time when you get your key on. And guess where that sucker goes? It goes back to the roof door module. And you can burn out, short out the roof door module because of these damn wires. Because the bed cover is steel and there's no insulation. I think it shows down further near the bottom where
Yeah, you gotta get the back there. You
Now
get
see, here's the bulb, and it's a halogen bulb, and very hot,
Yes, they are.
very hot. And what happens is, according to Ed Borland, who did all the research on this, I think it shows the bulb by itself. What happens is it starts picking up corrosion, and as it does, it increases the resistance, which, see, gets all powder, that blue powder on it, increases the resistance, which puts more pressure on the wire.
more current.
Thank you, yes, more current. We've used several different bulbs. I got some bulbs with me somewhere in case you guys want to look at them. We take that out and put in the printed circuit board. It's rated at a 1/2 amp.
I want to see the circuit board that's on the back side of that fixture.
I got a picture of it now. I don't have it on me. Here's the bed light we use.
'Cause
And
the other
keep going.
thing, the other thing that I want to change,
See how much brighter that is?
the other thing that I want
Then
to
we-
change is
I
that
put in-
connector.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
I want to change that connector so that instead of it going through the bed liner this
Yeah.
way, it goes in flat.
You should be able to do that.
Yeah, that ought to, I
I've
just
taken some
haven't,
pictures, but I haven't done anything
I
with it.
haven't spent the time to find the
Yeah.
right Molex connector, because I'm sure that Molex makes a 3-pin connector that'll work.
But the LED will eliminate that.
Yeah, but it'll also
See,
eliminate
you've
having
got
that
a 1/2
get
amp.
bent and whatnot.
And the LEDs virtually have no heat at all. Plus it lays flat on top of the lens and gives you more light.
Are any of those 3 wires hot all the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of them,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, even with the ignition off?
No.
Not with the ignition off.
Darn.
No, but the
What do
accessory
you want it
one,
for?
the accessory plug in the back should be.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I wanna run it to the back, so where that lower piece is where you put your cargo net.
Yeah.
I wanna put a TV screen in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We
Oh.
have the accessory plug in the back by the.
Yeah, but
right
he wants
by
it,
the
he
corner.
wants it in the
But
lid.
I want it up on
Oh, you
top
want
where the light is.
So run up the wire up there.
So how does this LED array here different from the bulb that you showed in the package here?
Well, that's a halogen bulb, that's a LED. So
Oh,
that,
you mean the
that,
little 2-chip?
Oh,
LED
you
that
can
he
use-
shows?
Yeah,
use any.
This one's just brighter
this is brighter
Yeah.
considerably, or?
considerably.
Well, I think the panel, the LEDs laid out on a panel are brighter
Yeah.
than the others, but you can use any LED light you want.
Yeah, I just
In
did a
fact-
bulb.
That's what
In
we,
fact,
and then we put in a 2 amp.
How much are these, Dick?
I don't know, it's written on them. I think they're 15.
Looks like $1, it says $1.50.
Oh, did he?
That's Florida price.
California,
Yeah.
150.
That's-
15 out
It's
here.
15 in California.
Well, we have tariffs now. When stuff comes from the United States, California, we have to pay tariff.
Yeah, so this one's got 18 chips. That's brighter than 4 chips.
Well, right, and that's why I asked, that's what I thought I saw. as
But
white
there's
rider.
still, you know,
Because
less
just a
than-
bulb, it's not a lot of light.
they're less than 2 amps, still. So you're not, the same 2 amp fuse is not gonna blow.
Right, this fits in that receptacle?
Yeah.
Well, there's a little thing that looks like a
This
fuse.
whole thing?
That's
here?
actually the
This
solar
whole
panel
thing
that
fits in
runs
there?
it. Yep. We have to put it
On the
outside.
outside.
This is what plugs in in place of the lamp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then
Let's
the
just
panel
sit
just
there.
sits inside the
I just put a
plastic.
half a dozen of these on my rear
works.
wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Now,
Yeah,
so
so
Lance,
you
on
can
ours,
go
just
into
put an LED.
Yeah.
advanced
Yeah,
auto,
switch speed
AutoZone,
right.
whatever,
Right.
Yeah,
and you can buy a 2 amp fuse,
yes,
and you may wanna do that.
yes.
I've been running 1 amp fuse, and it may be a little bit on the light side, but
Well, we talked about this before. I happen to think that the ability to make a 1 amp versus a 2, a 1 amp is a 2 and a 2 is a 1, right? They can't possibly make them that accurately.
I would agree with you, I guess. But
So two might be.
I took one,
So
I owe you
two,
15
so
bucks.
2 might be 3.
Right, right.
well,
There's always a
what
plus
I'm
or
saying,
minus.
what I'm saying to you guys is, I don't care if you put a bulb in or not.
Right.
Change that damn 10, 15
10 amp.
amp fuse.
Right.
Right.
Get that sucker out of there and put in a 2 amp. At least you'll be,
Yeah.
even
I
if
actually-
you leave the halogen bulb in, at least you'll blow the
At
damn
least
fuse.
you-
I actually chuckled to myself.
Listen, I'm telling you, the truck catches fire in there. I'm telling you.
There's a lot of
Catches
guys
fire.
that have actually posted on the forum, oh, I didn't bother with, I just pulled the lamp
That-
up.
Yeah.
They don't realize the lamp
It's
is not the
still on.
culprit.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Well,
the
yeah,
short.
but if you got,
It's the short on the back side of the board that is the culprit, and the
Yeah,
fuse lets
right.
it happen.
I just did all the pictures to do that, and I haven't
Yeah.
put it on yet. It is. I'm gonna add to it, you know what I mean? Because in their wisdom, they use multiplex class 2 wiring. Now, what the hell does that mean? Multiplex class wiring, and in a house wiring, you got a white wire and a black wire. We don't have the white wire. We only got one black wire. Ground is what completes your circuit. If you've got an 03, 04, you've got 14 grounds. And those grounds are what completes the circuit to send the proper signal through the ignition switch to the computer. So it's not a case of today, guys, you can cut the damn wire and twist another one in there and it's going to work. Because it's not. Because that wire in multiplex wiring carries 2, 3 different signals. Windows, radiator, blower. Same wire. Different frequency because of the multi-amps, multi-volt, but the computer is looking for the right voltage. And if you cut the wire and twist it, no. That's why a guys, you'll see them on there all the time. Gee, I just put in this new backup camera or this new radio and now nothing wants to work. So I had this young kid, he's about 22 years. I said, I don't understand this multiplex wiring. He said, well, the easiest way to explain it to you is see multiplex wiring with class 2, which means you've got the communications link. I don't know if you're familiar with the communications link. Driver's side, back of the headlights, up underneath there's a communication link. And it's like a comb. And each one of these talk to different ones because everything in there has got modules. So he said it's like a bunch of guys in a room, and you're the roof door module, and you're the radio, and you're the blower, and they all talk to each other in this communications link. And if any one of them gets sick, all the others can't do anything. Now somebody decides, let's say they're all working fine. Somebody decides to throw in a backup camera. And he comes through the door and he said, okay, turn on the backup camera. No, you turn it on. No, yeah. It doesn't. you put something foreign into the room with the guys that all communicate. And he's talking a different language. Now, and explaining it to you that way, you understand a little better about what the hell is going on. Because they all communicate. Body control module, ECM, radio, roof door module, all of these are tied together. And your door lock module is tied together. And you change your radio, your stock OEM radio, you just took out your security system. Because your security system is part of the damn radio. The little red light that you guys see flashing every once in a while, that's your security, and it's on the radio. So when you pull out the radio and cut the wires and plug it in, the guys in this room that talk to each other don't know what you're doing. Now, that said, if you get the right people that know and understand multiplex wiring in class 2, you can put anything you want on there. But you gotta have somebody
You
that
gotta have the right adapters.
Yes.
You make the- When you were,
Volume button to
Dictator,
lock
when
it.
you
go at the top of
when you were talking about the fan,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
changing out the new
Yeah,
fan
you
and
can get
stuff.
out.
Yeah.
One thing that I
Just-
noticed,
it doesn't lock
just
it up
having a
right
little
time.
experience with it, was I really appreciated the custom shroud.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
the new, yeah,
Well,
I mean,
that's
that's like second to none.
Now
I
that's,
think, you know.
that's, those fans are plug and play, if you will.
Yeah,
They tell me, GM tells us that you can only plug and unplug that fan 5 times, and then the
Right.
receptacle's no good. Is that right, 5 times?
10. It's 10.
I think it's 10.
10?
Gary Dennis, who's on the site, he's Rampage.
Yeah.
He worked for GM, and he at the tech session a couple of years ago in Laughlin, he said that he remembers that the cycle for those was 10.
Wow.
10
Yeah, unplug, plug in.
in and out was the cycle. It was actually kind of shocking that they would cut it so fine, to me personally.
Well, it's not something that you pull the fan out every.
Well, and he actually
that's
said
true.
that's part of the calculation, that 10 is way beyond any kind of safety factor.
Right, yeah.
We've reached the end of this electrical part 2 video. Please check out the other videos that came from the same tech session by looking at the playlist Chevy SSR Tech Session August 25th, 2018. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time and you want to, please subscribe. Click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Please follow Retro Car Guy 530 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks for taking the time to visit the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.